topic. Just kidding. Online dating. Ugh. Okay. Well, thankfully, Julie is here to help with some tips for using a dating app.
Let's dive in, girl.
Seriously.
I'm ready.
I want to put my hair back and go and
pull my sleeves
full
up.
Throttle. I know. Okay. So, in all seriousness, though, you say that dating apps can be very impersonal.
Yes. So when you're on an app, you are only looking at pictures that they've selected with the amount of texting that they put in there, whether it's for their bio or when they're engaging. What happens is a lot of people get discouraged when they're starting during the texting phase or even the matching phase. They feel like someone doesn't like them, I'm not good enough, when in fact, this is a very surface level exchange happening, and this person may already have met someone else and maybe phasing themselves out of the dating app. They may not enjoy meeting this, or maybe not ready to date, and so they stop responding. What you can't do is say, oh my gosh, this person doesn't like me, I thought they would have matched, they seem like such a great fit, I'm such a great catch, why are they talking back to me?
Right.
Whoa, 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 they don't know you.
Right.
This is very impersonal at this stage.
Right. And I like that too, because for me, this is kind of another form of ghosting in a new wave version.
Goodness.
Like you're like agree to chat with somebody, and then they're like, hi.
No.
And then you say hi, and then it goes nowhere, and then it's like, where did they go?
So for our viewers that don't know about ghosting, how to explain this to somebody. Ghosting is when you're in the middle of a text or you have gone out on several dates with them,
right,
and they literally stop responding back.
Right, which we did have ghosting as a word of the day, I will say that. And it's so funny, but it happens to everybody, men and women, and I just think it's so cowardly, so stop ghosting, don't do it. All right, back to dating apps. So what should we do before agreeing to meet someone in person?
Yes, so you've matched with them and you've been texting, so what next? You have to get on the phone with them. Goodness gracious, you've got to get that energy and see how they can talk. I have had horror stories on the phone.
And we're both like blushing over that.
Right? We're like, yes, definitely get on the phone with them and see if you can even get along, because let's say that you have to go and meet them, at least you know you can have a good conversation.
Right.
You also want to investigate their social media, so you have every right to ask, like, hey, can you friend request me on Facebook so I can see your Facebook pictures? And you can always unfriend somebody after.
Right.
You also want to be very alert of red flags.
Okay, explain that in depth.
So red flags, anything that makes you go, you really want to trust your intuition.
Sure.
Do they seem like they're not telling the truth? Are they whispering in the conversations? Are their messages back to you very erratic? Mm-hmm. Do they appear to be under the influence of something?
Oh my goodness.
Do their stories contradict themselves? So maybe they're lying.
Right, right. It's terrifying.
You have every right to ask lots of questions, and establish their marital or dating status before you meet them.
Right. Can you give us an example of that? I mean, you go out with somebody. And
you would say, hi, so are you divorced? And they say yes, only to find out in person that they're really not divorced, because there's something else. It's called being separated.
Right. Okay.
And everyone's got their standards when they want to meet somebody, and so you want to ask them. Okay, be really clear. Say, well, how long have you been separated, or when was your divorce final?
Right.
And if they are like, oh, well, it's going to be final. Okay, so you're not really divorced.
Right, right. So is that a white lie, or is that a lie, or how do you define that?
It's just a red old flag.
Right, yeah, okay. We'll just say a red flag, yeah, okay. So what's the biggest takeaway to remember about these dating apps, would you say?
Let's see. So have fun. Don't think it's the only place to meet people, because some people, they get so hyper focused on everyone that's on the app that they put all of their validation into how people were responding.
I see. Right.
Remember that we don't know what's happening on the other side of the camera. They might not be ready to date. They might have something else going on, and for whatever reason makes them disengage. That it is not about you.
Right.
They haven't met you. They don't know you, and it's okay to get on a dating app and say, I'm exhausted, and delete your account, and then maybe go back on a couple months later, try different apps. I hear that some apps like Bumble, and then there's Tinder, but then I've heard Plenty of Fish is really fun, and there's Hinge is supposed to be a new one.
Gosh.
I don't know.
Overwhelming.
I'm not currently on any dating apps right now. And
oh, really?
I'm not. It's a relief. It's like another job.
Right, right. Just to keep up.
It is, because you're getting so many messages.
Right.
And don't feel that you have to respond to all the messages. If you get people that are bombarding you, that want to talk to you, you don't have to be polite.
Right. Okay.
That's
good to know.
You don't owe them anything. And if they are being invasive, it's okay just to swipe and move on, or close the connection.
Gotcha.
You don't owe these people anything. You don't
Gotcha.
know them.
So, and let's talk about safety real quick.
Oh,
too.
gosh, yes.
When you're meeting up, I mean, please give our viewers some tips.
Okay, do not meet somebody that you do not know in an isolated, dark location where you're not going to be safe, meaning that I'm in someone's house in a not anywhere, even if it's in the city, but
Right.
definitely don't go drive someplace out an hour away from your house. Don't go to their house. It's best to meet them. Don't have them pick you up because then they know where you live.
Right.
Go someplace that's loud, that's maybe bright. Start off with coffee or brunch. Find mutual.
Daytime's good. I would
Daytime-
suggest daytime.
Lunch taco dates are my jam. I'm all about that. And see a mutual friends, ask questions. Where do you work? But definitely don't put yourself in a position where you're going to be alone with a person you don't know.
Right.
At night.
Good tips there.
While drinking.
Right.
Yeah, be
Not
safe.
a good mix. All right. Thank you, Julie. So to learn more about Julie, or if you have any questions, you can head to her website, 7602coach.com. And there's much more to come on